Good morning, Jefferson City. I'm Erin Trimp. This is the NT Daily for Tuesday. This is your rundown of what you need to know that's happening around Jefferson City, mid-Missouri, state government, local government. Today we have updates from Lincoln University, some state education policy news, a few local stories that you'll want to know before you start your day today. So let's get started. One of my favorite things about Lincoln University is finding out what they are researching, because it's always something new. One week it could be goats. This week it's quinoa. Lincoln hosted a quinoa field day where researchers showed off years of work studying how the grain grows here in Missouri and all the ways it can be used. Now, if you're like me, quinoa is one of those foods you've probably ordered because it sounded healthy and then immediately wondered whether you pronounced it correctly. I think I am. Researchers say it's gluten-free, high in protein, and even the leaves are edible and can be eaten. So, guests sampled dishes made with both the grain and the leaves, including a dip that was a big hit. They're also studying whether livestock can use quinoa as feed and how well the crop handles drought conditions, which could make it an even more attractive option for Missouri farmers. It's just another reminder that Lincoln isn't just here in town educating students. It conducts really important research, particularly in agriculture, that could impact agriculture throughout the state. On the same note, Lincoln is also becoming part of a major regional effort to strengthen America's supply chain for critical minerals and advanced manufacturing. That is a mouthful. This is also a mouthful. The National Science Foundation has launched a multi-state initiative focused on producing the materials that go into things like batteries, medical devices, aircraft engines, and semiconductors. Lincoln's Employment Academy is receiving federal funding to expand workforce training for non-traditional students with plans to develop an advanced manufacturing track over the next few years. Sometimes these stories can sound pretty wonky. It does, but this is why it matters. Companies looking to relocate, looking to where they want to invest, say they need skilled workers before they will invest somewhere and create new jobs. So this is important. We have our local university stepping up to answer that. Before we continue, let's hear from one of our sponsors of the NT Daily, MU Healthcare. If you're looking for advanced heart care close to home, MU Healthcare offers the region's most comprehensive cardiovascular services and is accepting new patients in Columbia and Jefferson City. From preventative heart screenings and diagnostic testing to leading-edge care for complex conditions, you can find the support and expertise you need. Call 573-88-HEART to schedule an appointment today or visit muhealth.org/heartcare now to learn more. Now we have a couple articles in the News Tribune this week on state education news. The first one is that more than 7,300 Missouri children who qualify for state-paid child care assistance are currently sitting on a waiting list because there is not enough money available for the program. And there is another piece to this story. The state is putting on hold a long-promised overhaul that would have changed how child care providers get paid. Providers have argued for years that they should be paid based on enrollment, similar to child private care centers, instead of attendance, which can fluctuate, especially if you have young children like I do. They get sick a lot. That impacts attendance. Supporters say that would make child care businesses much more financially stable. Critics, those concerned about the state budget, are concerned that it would cost the state significantly more money. So for now, the waitlist remains and providers are continuing under the current payment system. And it is one of those debates that sounds like an accounting problem until you remember that this comes down to whether parents can actually go to work. So it's actually something that we are following closely. The child care subsidies have always been a contentious point when we get to the state budget during the legislative session. It will come up again. It has come up the last 3 or 4 years, how providers are getting paid. And honestly, and really at the central question is, if providers aren't getting paid, they can't keep their doors open. Parents can't send children to school. So all of this is connected, and we will continue to follow that story because it has been at the top of the news cycle for the last few years. The State Board of Education also held a board meeting, and it discussed several policies, looking at how it handles legislative and other policy work. They are beginning discussions about their rulemaking and policymaking authority, asking lawyers at the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education how far their rulemaking authority extends. So no policies are actually changing today, but I would encourage you to check out this article in the News Tribune because it certainly shapes how education decisions are made going forward and how much flexibility the board has to act independently versus depending on the state legislature and what is in statute. Sometimes the government spends a lot of time trying to figure out what the government does, and that is kind of exactly what this conversation was about. At the end of the day, it sounds like the State Board of Education would like to expand its rulemaking and policymaking authority, which is quite a big move, so we will continue to follow that closely. Speaking of decisions, though, today is the last day to take advantage of this week's specials at Hen House Fresh Market. Chuck roast is $7.49 a pound. You can still get those Bar S jumbo hot dogs, which are a big hit at my house, 2 for $3. Casey strip steaks are $13.99 a pound. Seedless watermelons are $5.99 each. And you can find peaches, nectarines, green grapes are all in the produce aisle. So if your dinner plans haven't been finalized, go check out our friends at Hen House at our local market here in Jefferson City off of Southwest Boulevard. In other state executive agency news, the Missouri Department of Agriculture has opened up applications for grants aimed at reducing food insecurity across the state. The grants can reimburse up to 75% of project costs, with awards up to $50,000. The money can be used for things like expanding local food production, improving farmers markets, kitchen equipment, storage facilities, and other community food access projects. Those applications are due August 26th. If your nonprofit, community organization, or local food initiative has been looking for funding, this might be the right opportunity for you. If we can get more information on that, if people are interested, we will. Today's episode is also sponsored by our friends downtown here in Jefferson City, South Bank Gift Company. If you've been looking for a creative excuse to get out of the house before summer ends, South Bank has you covered. Their journal cover workshop with hidden owl creations was such a hit the first time that they are bringing it back for 2 more sessions on Friday, July 24th. There's going to be one from 10 to noon, one from 1 to 3. You'll create your own custom journal cover using Iron Orchid design transfers, and everything is included. Your journal, pen materials, instructions for $45. Give South Bank a call or send them a message so you can secure your spot for that session. A couple more quick hits before we go. If you missed the Big Boy Steam Locomotive yesterday, well, one, like half of Jeff City did not. But second, don't worry. We're going to have more coverage as the train heads off this morning. It is going to leave Jefferson City. It's going to California. So it's in between our sister paper communities today. And finally, the Cole County Health Department is investigating 5 illnesses that may be connected to the multi-state cyclospora outbreak. Statewide, Missouri now has confirmed 216 cases, which is up sharply from last week. Health officials say the illness is linked to contaminated fresh produce and can cause prolonged gastrointestinal illness. If you've had symptoms that aren't going away, please contact your healthcare provider. And one more local government update. There was a city council meeting last night. Our local government reporter, Steffi Smith, was there. Jeff City is one step closer to filling the vacant Ward 3 city council seat. The city council has nominated Susan Cook, executive director of River City Habitat for Humanity, and Hal Dooley, retired executive director of the Missouri Veterans Commission, are the 2 finalists. The public will have a chance to hear from both candidates during a forum on August 3rd, and the council is expected to make its appointment on August 17th. Whoever is selected will serve until the April 2027 municipal election. And remember, this is not like an open election where we all get to vote. This is a decision that council has to make, but there will be an opportunity to hear from both candidates on August 3rd. And we will continue to keep you updated on that. That is it for today's NT Daily. As always, reach out to us at ntdaily@newstribune.com. I will be there tomorrow night at the candidate forums for the August primary election at the Missouri Soybean. So please continue to check our social media. It will be live streamed. We will have more on that in the morning as well, though. But just a quick reminder that you can come see that in person tomorrow night, Wednesday night. And we will have more then. But thanks for spending a few minutes of your morning with us. And we will see you again tomorrow.